Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rick Rosen, your host of Coffee Talk with Rick and Ranee. Taking Ranee's spot today is our guest, Chelsea Germano.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks, Rick.
Awesome. So today we have a very, very important topic that many of you are wondering about is today's real estate market is very, very competitive. Too many buyers today are just absolutely frustrated in the bidding war that's going on here in southeastern Michigan. Many times, just happened 2 weekends ago, one of our properties had 15 offers on it. So are you getting that type of feedback from some of your buyers?
Mm-hmm. Yep, a lot of people are having trouble getting their offers accepted. Most of the time having to offer over asking price to see if they can even get a chance to get the house, and still getting bought out by either cash buyers or even a better offer than what they're offering.
One of my friends just said that they went completely off the market. They were so frustrated that they decided just to stay where they were at their parents' home, believe it or not, and they're going to put up with that until the market starts to change a little bit. But I think we have a better idea for them, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are today. We're in Rochester Hills, Michigan. We are located at 702 Panorama Drive. It's located just east of the Stony Creek High School off of Tinkin Road. You'll see open signs leading you right here today. So if you happen to be driving around, stop in. We'll be here to answer your questions for you on home financing, as well as some tips that we're about to give you on a very unique method on how to not partake in the bidding war process and get a beautiful home like this home here, maybe even slightly below market value. Mm-hmm. So you're probably hearing a lot now about buyers that are having to bid way over market value, do you not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so what is the problem that we're having with the appraisers once they do that?
So a lot of the times the houses aren't appraising, and we're just having issues with the financing and other things that come into play with that.
So you're saying is that they may be successful in outbidding everybody, but they still might not get the home?
Correct. Yep. There may be an issue with the house, or that people are having to bid way over because of these bidding wars, and there may be repairs that need to be done with the home and other things that someone now is overbid and they don't have the financing to fix, or being the seller doesn't have the financing or the buyer.
So the other thing is that the market is moving so quickly. It used to be just the most beautiful homes, the homes that were just recently renovated and updated were the ones that were getting the best prices. But now we're even finding that some of the homes that have a lot of work to do, people are out bidding each other to get those homes now too, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what's going on.
So one of the biggest complaints that I've been getting is that a family that's successful in getting their offer accepted, if they're fortunate enough to close on the house, once they move in, the seller's furniture is gone, all the wall hangings are down, and what happens is they look at the home, and husband might say to the wife, "Honey, this home looks like it needs to get painted again." Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
And it looked really pretty when they had all of the seller's furniture and wall hangings in there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then once the sofa is moved and this or that, you start seeing like spots in the carpeting. Mm-hmm. And honey, we need some new carpeting, right? Mm-hmm. And so depending on the size of the home, this could cost thousands of dollars, could it not?
Thousands, more than what people usually think when it comes to renovating a home.
So what I'd like to talk about next is not so much about the problem, but the solution. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of properties out there that are still entering our marketplace. I call them distressed homes. Mm-hmm. You're familiar with those?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So these are the bank properties that are currently owned by the bank. They have them in their inventory, and they're still going on the market daily, do they not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so the problem that we're finding is that these homes, when you go see them, they look like ugly frogs.
Yep.
Okay? And so,
Oh yeah.
what if you could buy one of those homes and without any effort on your part in terms of actually having to physically paint or do carpentry or those kind of things, where you could basically move into these homes and they're completely renovated and they look like a new home on the inside? Do you think that might be a benefit to some of the people you're working with?
Of course, definitely.
Well, what we have come up with is a solution that we've been pioneering for the last 3 years. Our company, Fresh Start Homes, we are very much like what you see on TV, the Property Brothers, where we will work with the family and help them orchestrate what we call the new home experience of these pre-owned homes. And so could you imagine walking into a brand new home on the inside? You got new cabinets, you got beautiful granite countertops, awesome ceramic tile floors, all new lighting fixtures, custom paint, all the trim, all the doors, everything all looks new. Do you think that would be a good experience for some of the people that you've been working with?
1000%.
Okay, all right. So I think we're on the right track here. So what we're going to propose is that there's now some special financing that's available for these type of buyers, where they could actually buy a home that is distressed. Now, typically, a distressed home will go for a whole lot less than market value, will it not?
It will.
Now, Fresh Start Homes, we don't even consider buying one of these homes unless it's at least 50 to maybe 65% of its improved market value. So we call that after repair value. So only 65% we would go, and then we would probably go with another 15 to 30% more tops in fully renovating the home, depending on the location. So like if it was like in Birmingham or Royal Oak or some of our more prestige communities here in Rochester Hills, we would be looking at maybe getting into the home with the acquisition, buying a distressed home, with the improvements, with all the work being done by qualified professionals, with no work being done by the actual home buyer. They could actually move into a home actually less than market value, could they not?
They can.
So what I'd like you to do briefly is kind of like walk through the steps right now, what a home buyer would have to do to make this happen from a financial standpoint. Tell us first about a little bit about you and your company.
Okay, so my name is Chelsea. I'm the Vice President of Direct Mortgage. We're located in Birmingham, Michigan. And we specialize in a lot of more specialty programs. We do also the regular conventional and FHA and VA. We're mainly focused right now with Rick here with Fresh Start Homes. Our new program, Home Style with Fannie Mae. It's a conventional program. And it's similar to the rehabilitation program through FHA. But the difference is that you can buy primary, second, or investment properties that would benefit either first-time home buyers wanting to make their home beautiful and new, like you're getting that whole new build experience, like Rick was talking about. But it's a under market value older home that you're making to what you want it to be. So that's the program we're collaborating on here today, and the benefit for people that are trying to be as investors, maybe they want to rent out these homes, get them under market value. Also, a great program for people that want to buy an investment property.
So you're saying, in addition to your primary residence, you could also buy another home and fix it up in today's market, create a bunch of equity, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, what a great idea for people that are looking for maybe an alternate to the stock market, something like that. So let's say somebody comes to you and say, you know what, we've been just so frustrated. What could we do differently now in order to be able to get a house? Because we tried everything else, okay? So let's say that they come to us and we're able to successfully help them find a distressed home. What happens next?
So what we would do is we get them pre-approved. And what we do differently than other companies, in addition to having this home style program, we get them fully underwritten approved. So we know that before they even, invest any kind of finance or time, that they're approved for this loan by an underwriter, and before they could even find a home. They may not even have a home picked out, but they know that their income, assets, and credit qualifies for this program, and it really sets them up for success. So once they actually get fully approved by underwriting, then they can go and look for homes. With there are multiple homes that are in distress on the market today, but we may see that some of them are not being able to be financed by regular programs, which makes this program so great. And we're working together on we have approved contractors that will, get the work all set up for you. They get everything priced out. And another great part of this program is that it doesn't take a year to close. It takes about 30 days. And then you have time after the closing to make the home your own and pick out what you want to do and make the house the way that you want to do.
So you're saying that they could pick out their own cabinets, their own countertops, maybe even granite, and then
definitely,
and then maybe perhaps like a really nice ceramic tile floor or hardwood flooring in the house.
That's right.
And they can pick whatever color they want.
Whatever color they want.
So that's quite an experience right now. So I'd like to talk to you about maybe a couple of homes that I'm familiar with and experience that the buyers could have. We had a home in Southfield 2 weekends ago sell, and our fair market value on the home was about $110,000. That's what we figured is what it was worth fully renovated. Then when the seller left the home, they had quite a mess. It was not the prettiest home, but it was all brick on the outside, and it had a newer roof, and it had a beautiful yard, and it was centrally located. It was near downtown Berkeley in Southfield. So think about this. You want to move to Berkeley or Royal Oak over there by 11 or 12 mile. Yeah, you're talking about a $200,000 investment, would you not?
Definitely.
So what about getting into something for $110,000 fully improved? That wouldn't be so
great.
bad.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, just think about this. If you figure that the interest rate on the note would probably be somewhere around 5% or a little bit less.
A little bit, maybe a little bit less.
All right, so even if they borrowed, a big chunk of that to $110,000, they would be less than $500 a month on the principal and interest, another maybe $200 a month on the escrow for the tax insurance. So you're probably talking about $700 a month. They could have a fully beautiful, improved home.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, if you were to try to rent something like that, wouldn't it go for like way over $1,000 a month?
Yeah, rent right now is even for a one-bedroom, I believe it's over $1,000 for just a one-bedroom apartment.
So we're talking about home ownership, beautiful, fully renovated house, and building equity in the house as you're going along. But it gets better, what we're talking about here. We're talking about better than $110,000. So let's say that you bought this home from the seller in a distressed situation for, say, $50,000, $55,000, and then you had maybe another $25,000 to $30,000 in improvement. Say $30,000. Let's figure high. So $30,000 plus $55,000, that's $85,000. So home's fully renovated for $85,000. Okay. So you're saying that they have to put how much down in order to do this? There's two programs. You got the FHA and you got the conventional.
The FHA program is 3.5%, and the conventional program is 5% down. So
we're talking about around $3,000 down FHA, and about if they had to go 5% down, we're talking about a little bit more, like $4,500 that they would have to come up with. So can you imagine that if they were able to save up? Now let me ask you this: if their parents was willing to help out, could they get a gift for that?
Yep, they can get a gift.
Okay, so moms and dads out there, get your kids out of the house finally for $3,000 to $4,000. That's quite a bargain.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Okay, and have their own house someplace, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, we would be willing to talk to some parents about that. As a matter of fact, we have a family from Lansing. Both of their girls have just graduated either Michigan or Michigan State. I don't want to say one or the other because then I'll get some hate mail later. So anyhow, one of the two beautiful Michigan colleges they just graduated from, and mom and dad's going to help them out with a home that they're going to share as they get their lives started. And so, but just think of this, for about $700 a month, which is kind of a beginning price point, they could actually have a home ownership.
Yeah.
Would it be awesome?
That would be amazing.
Okay. Now, at the other end of the spectrum, this program can go much higher. So we're talking about Royal Oak, we're talking about Bloomfield Township, we're talking about maybe Beverly Hills, and then maybe on the east side, Shelby Township, Washington Township. So let's say that you're looking for a more, upscale home. Same problems exist. If these homes are fully renovated and somebody's out there looking, say it's like around $400,000, fair market value, it's not uncommon that somebody's paying like even $4.25 in a bidding war to get that out, right?
Exactly.
But what if they can get that very same home with a total investment, say around $350,000? Do you think we're going to get somebody's attention?
Yep, I would.
Would they be willing to save $50,000? Maybe $75,000 because you'd had to overbid to get it, right? So how long would it take somebody to save $75,000 in the bank? Years?
Years.
Okay. So we're talking about an investment of this, is to work with your realtor, preferably Fresh Start Homes, but you work with your realtor relationship and you find a distressed home in one of these market areas. And when you go look at it, obviously you're looking for a home that has good bones. And so we're going to even recommend that you have a professional home inspector go through the home to say that structurally this home has a good structure. And they'll probably put together like a checklist. They'll say, hey, you need to upgrade your electrical. Maybe you need to upgrade heating and cooling in the home. Maybe you might need to have a new driveway and patio. Things like that. And you have something to start with, right? Okay. So now you can go to your and she'll be able to recommend some contractors to work with to get done the work that has to be done in the house. When the bids come back, they'll have funding available in an escrow kind of thing. And so the contractor will know that when it comes time to get paid, they will get the money to do that, right?
Exactly.
Now here's the cool part. There's some checks and balances in here to protect the consumer, is there not? So they don't just get a check because they want one. They get one after the job's inspected, right?
Yep. So everything has to be, they have to have quotes for all of their repairs prior to closing on the loan.
Okay.
So there can't be surprises, and this is actually going to be $15,000 more than what we originally said. Everything has to be well structured and put together prior to closing and approved by the lender. So there can't be surprises like that for contractors, and that's why we have the approved list we have to go through.
And then when the job's in progress, isn't there somebody that goes there to make sure the work was done right?
Yep. There are inspectors, and there's a appraiser that goes back out after everything's done.
So what's kind of beautiful about this is if you're a consumer, you do not have to know all the ins and outs of this thing, right?
Exactly.
Because the professionals that are there are going to take you from A through Z through the whole process, right? And then the carrot for you at the very end is, like I say, in these upscale homes, maybe $75,000 savings on a home that's near $400,000. There's a big potential for that. Our company won't even consider buying a home unless we can create a spread like that. Usually a lot more than that. I'll give you an example. We had recently purchased a home in Royal Oak that was about 2,000 square feet. It was one of those beautiful all brick 2-story homes. As a matter of fact, they had a 3rd story, which was one of those walk-in attics. Can you imagine that? You know, it had a nice corner lot. They had a 2-car garage, and the home needed to be brought from the 1970s, which was probably the last decoration, to into the 2010 to 20 range, right? So what happened was we arranged for funding for an all-new kitchen, granite countertops, ceramic tile floor, stainless steel appliances. That kitchen turned out to be like out of House Beautiful when it was done. It had a lot of natural things that you just didn't want to change. It had a beautiful fireplace. So what we did is we uniformed all the trim in the house to make sure it all kind of was coordinated, throughout. It had all the same kind of doors. And we were trying to find doors that were kind of like vintage of the era when the home was built to give it a kind of like a retro look to it. So it was a modern retro look when it was all done. And so we acquired the home for about $220,000 initially. And then our budget for the home was about $50,000 to do the full renovation. And when the home was complete, our total investment, I don't think it broke $275,000. And would you believe we, on the resale market, we were able to attract a $355,000 offer to the home. Now, that's how we create income and equity, and that's all available to you out there as the consumer, either as an owner-occupant. Think of this. The difference in your house payment on a $275 project versus a $350 project. That $75,000 savings will amount to about $4,000 a year in interest savings every year that you live in that house.
It's great. I love the program. It's awesome. You guys should definitely call if you have questions about it. You can go to my page, www.cdmlend.com, and check out other programs we have as well. And you can also check out Fresh Start Homes as well online and our Facebook pages as well.
Yeah, you can go to freshstartmi.com and you'll learn more about what we're doing. We also have available on May the 10th in Rochester Hills, we're going to have a home buyer's workshop. So it could be for either an individual that's looking to occupy the home or a person that would like to create some equity in a house, either keeping it as a rental or doing what we do, where we put it back on the market and resell it. So that'll be available for the evening of May the 10th. You'll be able to go to our website to register for the workshop. If there's realtors out there that have maybe customers that need our help, we're more than happy to invite you to the workshop itself. Maybe you and your customer can come along. We're in the process of putting together a ebook that'll become available probably in the next couple of months, where you'll be able to see exactly step by step how to do the process. But don't worry, if it's not available at the time of your need, you have the both of us will walk you through all the steps, and then the workshop that's coming up. So at this time, we're going to take a couple of questions that came in. The first question was, let me just take a look real quick here. Okay, this was addressed on the realtor side. How do you find distressed homes in today's market? I understand that there isn't as many. And this comes from Chester in Shelby Township. Chester, the homes that are being distressed, there's like 3 different websites that you can go to right now that you can find a lot of distressed homes. So you got the HUDhomestore.com, and so that's for the government homes. The benefit there is for the first 30 days on all the government houses, only owner-occupants can purchase a house. Also, you have both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's website. So you have homesteps.com along with homepath.com. So I would recommend taking a look at those 2 websites. There's a bunch of auction sites that are available, but it's a little bit trickier, so you may want to call me first before trying to tackle one of the auction sites. You probably need a little bit more insight there. So pretty much the other thing that we've been doing for our buyers that are looking for distressed properties is that we're able to set up a special account through our MLS. And what will happen is that every time a new foreclosed home that goes on the market, it will go right to your mobile device. That would be very beneficial, and you can actually go drive by it. We would recommend drive by it the same day, because even these types of homes do get competitive, but not as bad as a fully refurbished home. Chelsea, there's a question here for you.
Okay, great.
It looks like Mark from Royal Oak. He wants to know, he's only been working at his new position for 2 years coming out of college. Does he have a good opportunity to qualify for one of these programs?
Hi, Mark. Thanks for the question. And yes, everyone, 2 years is a great, steady job to be, great steady time to be at your job. And of course, it's always good to get your credit taken a look at and go over assets and what you have to put down. Like we talked about for the Fannie Mae Homestyle program, we do require a 5% down. But what's great is, depending on how much you make at your job and what you could qualify for, you could qualify up to $453,000 for renovations and up to the as-completed value of the home. So it's definitely have a lot of opportunities there to be pre-approved to purchase a home in Royal Oak or wherever you're looking to buy.
I got another question here. This is Trudy from Ferndale. She says, tell us a little bit more about the Fresh Start Homeowners Program. I was told by my loan officer that we're not qualified right now. We probably need about a year before we could get our mortgage. Is there still a home ownership opportunity with one of your homes? Trudy, thank you for your question. Yes, Fresh Start Homes. We're not a nonprofit, but we do have a very social mind towards helping out the community. And since 2011, what we've been doing is we've been working with families that are not currently eligible for a mortgage note. Now, our lender partners, Core Mortgage, what they'll do is they'll work with you for the year that it takes or 2 years that it takes to get you to becoming what we call approved eligible for your mortgage note. So what they'll do is they'll have you probably work with a credit repair specialist, and that credit repair specialist will help you boost what is known as a FICO score. And once you reach the minimum FICO score, you'll be eligible for your note. And in the meantime, the Fresh Start Homeowners Program allows you a rent-to-own home ownership program where you'll actually be able to move into one of our houses, and that house is your house. You'll be able to decorate it the way you want to, just like the other homeowners that we've been talking about, where you can pick out your flooring, your countertops, your paint selections. And while you're in the home working with the finance team, with Chelsea and their organization, they'll get you totally ready for your note, and you'll be able to close on your mortgage. And guess what? Those funds I'll be able to put back into the business and help another family become a homeowner. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So I think we're just about out of time here. If you have more questions and we didn't maybe hit something that you needed to know, I'll give you my email address, and Chelsea, you could give yours. Why don't you start with your email, how we can contact you?
My email is Chelsea, CHELSEA, at cdmlend.com.
And if you would like to get our organization, I'll give you two emails. You can get myself and my partner Ranee. Mine is Rick Rosen Realtor at yahoo.com, and that's RickRosenRealtor at yahoo.com. And my partner Ranee, part of our coffee talk team, her email is ronnie.roach at gmail.com. So that's RANEE.ROACH at gmail.com. So send your questions there, and then if you wish to come to the workshop on May the 10th, you could either email us or look at our websites for registration. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And have a great day. Enjoy our first day of Michigan spring. Bye now.
Bye-bye.